that everybody will be happy, so that no section will feel neglected. But whatever we say we are going to do, with or without fact, we will pay you. That is the truth.
Those of gathering interceded for the governor, his cabinet members, Ekiti State and Nigeria at large. Toba Babalola reporting.
Similarly, the Ekiti State Head of Service, Mr. Sunday Komolafe, has promised the government would soon pay civil servants in the state the wage award meant to cushion the effects of full subsidy withdrawal. Komolafe made the promise while featuring on the EKTV News and Current Affairs program Daybreak Nigeria as part of activities marking this year's Civil Service Week. The Ekiti State government has reassured families, dependents, and relations of fallen heroes of more commitment to their welfare. Governor Biodun Oyebanji gave the reassurance during the launch of the Emblem Appeal Fund for the 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration at the Lady Jibo Hall, Government House grounds in Ado. Adidayo Adele has more.
Governor Oyebanji was represented by his deputy, Okinlo Amunisade Afuye, launched a sale of emblem with 1 million naira. He said that the launch of the emblem was aimed at rekindling government's interest in the plight of the families of the fallen heroes who lost their lives in the course of serving their fatherland.
This occasion is also an avenue to showcase our support and to acknowledge the roles, contributions, and selfless services of our fallen heroes. The celebration therefore expresses our deep appreciation to these gallant heroes and aimed at boosting their morale and their discharge, their heroic commitment to the country and the humanity.
Governor Oyebanji noted that the ceremony was to let retired soldiers and serving officers note that their labor shall never be in vain, as they will always be recognized and remembered. He added that government will do everything possible in ensuring that the welfare of the dependents of the departed received the needed attention.
We shall remain committed to the unity and peace of this great country. Since the inception of Mr. Governor administration, one of the major tasks is to ensure the security of life and property in the state, as much as you can witness. This administration has continued to improve on the security of the state, and we will not be deterred in sustaining the existing peace. To sustain the peace, we will continue to collaborate with all relevant security agencies to do the needful, so that the good people of the state can live without fear of security breaches.
Earlier, the Permanent Secretary, Office of Establishment and Service Matters, Mr. Muftau Shitu, said that the occasion was to remember the fallen heroes who fought gallantly for the oneness of the country.
It's worthy to note that Nigeria appreciates and honors the memory of our gallant officers who have paid the supreme sacrifice in order to keep the country united as an entity. The nation remains grateful for their efforts and sacrifices.
Also speaking, the chairman, Nigerian Legion, Ekiti State, Colonel Abdurazak Atoki retired, thanked the governor for his support for the Legion since assumption of office.
The launch is aimed at raising funds to assist the family members of our gallant men who have lost their life, to make sure we live in peace. This is the only way to appreciate our fallen heroes for their great sacrifice for the nation.
In attendance at the event were the dependents of the fallen heroes, members of the State Executive Council, service chiefs in the state, among others. Adidayo Adele reporting.
Governor Biodun Oyebanji has called for the immediate return of artistic works of the renowned wood sculptor, the late Olowe. Oyebanji, who made the call during his visit to the residence of the sculptor at Ise-Ekiti, promised to build a museum in honor of the deceased. Our reporter, Toba Babalola, has more.
At Ise, the governor's first port of call was the palace of Arinjale, Obadetuji Ajayi, to inform the monarch on the move.
To connect with the lives of Papa Olowe, late Olowe officer. You are aware that this renowned artist is from Islam.
He later went to the house of the sculptor at Ofigba Street to greet some of the descendants of the renowned sculptor. The governor described the late Olowe as a global icon whose artistic works were displayed across various museums in the USA, the United Kingdom, Slovenia, and Germany.
Was a masterful artist who created exquisite carvings for kings and palaces, leaving a lasting impression on those who were fortunate enough to witness his talent. It is truly a shame that despite Olowe's incredible skill, he is not as widely recognized in his own country as he is abroad.
Saying his name and fame, which had been ringing bell in the global space, must be brought back home, Governor Oyebanji promised to rebuild his residence and turned into a museum to attract tourists for economic development of the community.
Let's work together to ensure that Olowe's legacy is upheld and that his contributions are recognized and celebrated for generations to come. To achieve this end, we shall do something about this house where he lived all his life, build a respectable museum here, to bring back home all his works taken away from him.
The Ekiti State government said a committee will be set up from government, community representatives, and family to work on modalities on how to achieve the plans. Contributing, Senator Babafemi Ojuju, who explained his contact with Baba Olowe's work in America about 16 years ago, said it has become a source of revenue generation for the U.S. government. He supported the move for the repatriation of all the works back home.
It's going to sell our state. It's going to put our state and itself on the map of the world. Because the man we are celebrating, unlettered, uneducated, he didn't go to school, he's already on the map of the world. But people don't even know that he comes from a particular place, which is Isen, which is Ekiti State. And we should laud the governor for what he has set out to do.
The Arinjale of Ekiti, Oba Adetunji Ajayi, who had earlier performed some traditional rites on behalf of the family and community, welcomed the move. The late wood sculptor, popularly known as Olowe Office, was a wood sculptor and master innovator in the African style of design known as Ojuono. He is considered by Western art historians and collectors to be one of the 28th century artists in the Yoruba land. Toba Babalola reporting.
The Deputy Governor, Okinlo Amunisade Afuye, has restated government's readiness to combat cases of school dropouts, maternal mortality and joblessness in the state. Okinlo Afuye gave the reassurance while receiving the South-West Regional Consultant Human Capital Development, Dr. Adeyeye Adeoju, in her office in Ado. She noted that Governor Biodun Oyebanji had made healthcare accessible to residents and massive employment in the civil service. He described human capital development as one of the pillars of the Oyebanji administration. About 1,000 beneficiaries across 3 local government areas in Ekiti State have received Christmas gifts from Governor Biodun Oyebanji under the Ojusebao initiative. The team, led by the Senior Special Assistant Governor's Office, Mrs. Shola Abi, visited Oye, Gbonyi and Ekiti East local government. Government House reporter Yemi Olajutemu has more.
The governor's team visited Oye, Ilupeju, Ire, Ode and Omo Ekiti, giving cash gifts to petty traders to support their businesses and food items to the aged. Mrs. Abe, who highlighted the broader scope of the Ojusebao, said the December edition of the monthly help rendered to indigent citizens was to reach out to people who had no opportunity to seek official help from the government.
We need to know those people, they need help, they need assistance, but they might not even know where to get the help. So that's why the governor, in his own wisdom, said we should start this program to reach out to people. So not necessarily when there's campaign, that's when you get assistance. Even when the governance is actually in place, people can still get assistance from the government, and he understands that this is his responsibility as a leader and is what he intends to do. If you see behind, it says leave no one behind. He wants everyone. He speaks about shared prosperity. He wants everyone to be able to feed at least the family.
The Oloye of Oye Ekiti, Oba Ademola Ademolaju, who lauded the governor for reaching out to the needy, said his administration had made the traditional council proud within the space of 1 year.
This is somebody who is aware both inside and outside the community. He knows what to do at the appropriate time. And is aware of those things those people before him didn't do. He's actually doing it now.
The beneficiaries who thanked the governor said the initiative came as a surprise to them as they prayed for the success of his administration. Yemi Olajutemu reporting.
The Commissioner for Transportation, Mr. Kehinde Ajubiawe, has raised the alarm over the imminent threat posed by unregistered vehicles, tricycles and motorcycles to road safety and security within the state. Ajubiawe, during a chat with newsmen in Ado, noted that the unregistered vehicles often bypass essential inspections and regulations. He declared that such vehicles would no longer be permitted to ply the roads, citing illicit activities associated with them. The Commissioner said that enforcement would commence early next year to put sanity into the transportation system. The Ekiti State Government has directed the Land Dispute and Boundary Committee to wade into the crisis between Efon and Ipole Loro to forestall bloodshed. The committee comprises the Permanent Secretary, Office of the Deputy Governor, Mr. Abayomi Opeyemi, the Surveyor General of the state, Mr. Adebayo Falito. Others include the Secretary, State Boundary Commission, Mr. Olalikon Olajide, and other experts. They are to visit the disputed land to ascertain the true ownership of Iwaji community. The wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Ibanji, has called for more collaboration between her office and the Medical Women Association of Nigeria to further reach out to elderly citizens in the state. She made the call after she was decorated as the matron of the association at a program in her office. Dr. Abiodun Oyebanji said that the roles of the medical practitioners could not be underestimated in any society. The First Lady thanked them for the honor, promising to support the association. Earlier, the president of the association, Dr. Esther Kishoto, said in compliance with the national directive, it was mandatory for the association to make the First Lady its matron. The manifesto night of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ekiti State Council, is ongoing at the NUJ Secretariat, Okebareke in Ado, and a new set of officers who will pilot the affairs of the union for the next 3 years will emerge tomorrow. You're listening to the news and reports coming to you from the Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State.
Let's do it again. The Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State, the BACS, is using this opportunity to call on football coaches and other stakeholders to register their teams ahead of the BACS Kiddies Football Tournament Season 4. Oh yes, the BACS Kiddies Football Tournament serves as an avenue for young players under the age of 13 to showcase their God-given talents. Come, let's join the moving train of Governor Biado Yebanji as he takes sport to the next level in grand style. The BACS Kiddies Football Tournament Season 4 will be bigger and better. For more enquiries, please call the GSM numbers 080 63 05 88 22 or 080 60 33 68 22, 080 63 05 88 22 or 080 60 33 68 22. Announcer, the organizing committee.
Welcome back for news, information, or comments sent to bscsnewsroom@gmail.com. The Ekiti State Police Command has described as false alarm that a bank in Ado was attacked by a group of armed robbers. According to its PPRO, Sunday Abutu, the false alarm was an imagination of some fake news peddlers and enemies of the state who derived joy in causing unnecessary apprehension in the society. The Commissioner of Police, Dari Ugundari, had in the meantime ordered the deployment of some more tactical and intelligence teams across the state, especially around banking areas, to ensure that there was no attack or breach of peace anywhere in the state. An Ekiti State Chief Magistrate Court in Ado-Ekiti has sentenced one professed herbalist, Nuruddin Ibrahim, to 5 years imprisonment for conspiracy, false pretense with intent to defraud, and indecent assault. The 58-year-old Ibrahim, with others now at large, was said to have defrauded one Yinka at Aramoko, Ekiti of 10.4 million naira under the pretense to help find solution to her problems. The victim, in her testimony, said she was a businesswoman based in Lagos but had problems with her business sometimes in 2019. The Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeals by the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party challenging the victory of the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The Apex Court adjourned the matter for judgment after Council adopted their briefs. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Tajuddin Abbas, has said that the 2024 budget proposal would be passed on December 30. Abbas called on the committee chairman to prepare reports on the budget defense. And on the foreign scene, a Poland court has convicted 14 citizens of Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine for spying. The defendants were charged with acts of espionage, such as preparing to derail trains carrying aid to neighboring Ukraine. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has won a new 6-year term in office. He's now set to serve his third and final term in office. To end the BSCS news and reports, here again are the main points. We told you that Governor Biodun Oyebanji has urged wealthy individuals in the state to extend hands of love to the needy. You heard that the Ekiti State Police Command has debunked rumor that a bank in Ado or anywhere Ikere was under a robbery attack today. It was in the bulletin that the House of Representatives will on December 30 pass the 2024 budget proposal. On the foreign scene, a Polish court has convicted 14 citizens of Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia for spying. Be vigilant and always report suspicious movement to security agencies. That's the BSCS News and Report, is put together by the production team and edited by Abiodun Omodara. I am Kemi Akin Uluwadari. Good evening.